Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are well. So, welcome back. Today we are going to start our new topic, a very important topic in chemistry. It is important in grade 9 also, grade 10 also, grade 11 also, grade 12 also. So, it's a very important topic, a common topic for all. So, we are going to discuss it. So, let's start. The topic is mole concept. The mole concept. Now, what is this mole concept? Before we start discussing the mole concept, I want to give you some examples. Like, suppose if you have a water full of glass, and I will ask you that how many water molecules are present in it. Or if you have a sugar, a cup of sugar is there, then I will ask you that how many particles of sugars are there. Then you will say it's very difficult to count. Okay, you will say it's impossible to count, but it's possible when you know about moles. So that is what mole all about. So let's discuss it now. So our first topic is mole. Now what is this mole? Mole is, as already I have given you example, that it's basically the unit in which you can count these much smaller particles. So it means it is a smallest chemical counting unit. It's a smallest chemical counting unit, like the particles, how many particles, smaller particles, or how many molecules, or how many molecules are present in a certain, or how many atoms even are present in certain elements, that we can count by using mole. So it's a smallest chemical counting unit of a substance. Smallest chemical counting unit of a substance, that is known as mole. Now, when we say it's the smallest chemical counting unit of a substance, then how we used to measure it? So it's important. So basically, when we say 1 mole of any substance, I'm saying any substance, 1 mole of any substance, when we are going to count, it means that 1 mole of substance is equivalent to number of entities, or you can say number of particles also, number of atom also, which is equivalent to number of atoms in 12 AMU of carbon 12 isotope. Now what is the meaning of this? When we say 1 mole of substance, then 1 mole of any substance will be equivalent to the number of entities, which is equivalent to the number of atoms in 12 AMU of carbon 12 isotope. Okay, now when we are saying carbon 12 isotopes, and why we are using the 12 AMU of the carbon 12 isotopes, because actually carbon 12 isotopes is having a mass exactly equivalent to 12 AMU. Okay, so the 12 AMU mass is there. So whatever the total number of entities are present in this much number of carbon is equivalent to the 1 mole, and that is always coming equivalent to the calculated value, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. Okay, it is coming equivalent to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23, which is also known as Avogadro number. Okay, this value is always coming equivalent to the Avogadro number. It means we can say that 1 mole of any substance, I'm saying any substance, will be having 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 smaller particles of which it is made up of. It means, like I will give you example, if I am talking about 1 mole of books, okay, I say 1 mole of books, then 1 mole of books means that 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 books. Okay, if I will say 1 mole of water molecule, okay, so it means that 1 mole of water molecule will be having 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules. So now you can understand that what is the meaning of 1 mole. Okay, so 1 mole is equivalent to the number of entities, which is equivalent to the number of atoms in 12 AMU of carbon 12, because carbon 12 is only having this much of mass. Then it is always equivalent to the Avogadro number, which is a calculated value. Okay, and then we can say that 1 mole of any substance will be equivalent to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 particles. Okay, the examples are there. So like that we can know that what is 1 mole. But as we are using this unit basically for the chemical reactions and for basically for the chemical substance, so we will be utilizing this value to calculate the chemical substance amount, its volume, number of particles, number of atoms, etc. Like if I will say that 1 mole of carbon 12, like the example I have used before. 1 mole of carbon 12 means that it will be having 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms. But one more thing is there related with that. What? That 1 mole of carbon 12 is equivalent to this Avogadro number, and that Avogadro number is equivalent to the mass of carbon 12. It means that 1 mole of carbon 12 is also equivalent to 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. Okay, which says that 1 mole of a chemical substance, 1 mole of a chemical substance, when we are saying chemical substance means we are talking about the elements, we are talking about the compound, we are talking about the molecules. 1 molecule of any chemical substance will be equivalent to its molecular mass. If we are talking about the molecule, its molecular mass, or if we are talking about the atom, it will be equivalent to its atomic mass. Okay, like one example again I can give you. If I am talking about 1 mole of H2O, then how much mass of H2O is there? It will be equivalent to 18 gram, because the molecular mass of H2O, if you calculate 1 into 2 plus 16, that is how much? 18. So it means 1 mole of H2O will be equivalent to 18 gram. Similarly, if I will ask that 1 mole of copper atom, what is the mass of 1 mole of copper atom? Then 1 mole of copper atom will be equivalent to 63.5 gram of copper. Okay, because the copper atomic mass is equivalent to 63.5 gram. Okay, so 1 mole of copper will be equivalent to this much gram. So that is how the 1 mole is related to the molecular mass, atomic mass, and these are the number of atoms or molecules, because if we are talking about molecules, are present in 1 mole of any chemical substance. Okay, so now we are going to see some more examples. So let's see some more examples. Like we have, suppose I will say 1 mole of carbon dioxide gas. Then I will say in 1 mole of carbon dioxide gas, how many molecules of carbon dioxide are there? So we'll say it will be equivalent to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of carbon dioxide are going to be there. Then if I will say that what is the mass of 1 mole of carbon dioxide, then it will be equivalent to its molecular mass, that is 12 plus 16 multiplied by 2 equivalent to 44 gram. So like that you can calculate. So it means this is the relationship we are going to have. Okay, if I will say that 1 mole of sodium atom, okay, 1 mole of sodium atom, then what will be equivalent, how many atoms of the sodium are going to be present in its 1 mole? So it will be equivalent to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms, as we are talking about atom. Also, if we are talking about its mass, then mass will be equivalent to the atomic mass, and then it will be equivalent to 23 gram. So like that you can relate the things. So what it conclude? It conclude that 1 mole of substance, as we are talking about the chemical substance, is equivalent to its atomic mass equivalent to its molecular mass, that depends whether it is a molecule or whether it is a atom. Okay, and the number of entities, that is a particle or molecule, it will be having equivalent to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. That much number of molecule or atoms, that depends that of which particle we are finding. So that is a relationship between them. One more thing, suppose if I will be using any substance, any chemical substance to prepare a solution. Okay, I'm adding some amount of salt, suppose in water, and making a solution, and I'm using its 1 mole. The substance which I am using for preparing the solution is 1 mole. Then if I am preparing that solution under the STP condition, okay, STP condition means standard temperature pressure condition, where the temperature is kept at room temperature condition, that is 25 degrees centigrade, and the pressure is of 1 atm. So under these conditions, if you are preparing any solution and the substance which you are using is of 1 mole, then 1 mole of that solution will give you the standard solution of 22.4 liter, okay, or dm cube. It means 1 mole of substance will be present in this much liter of the solution, that is maybe liter or dm cube, unit will be there under STP condition. The condition should be STP. That is one more important thing. If the condition is not STP, it will be NTP, that is normal temperature pressure condition. Then in such case, the 1 mole of substance will be having the volume equivalent to 24 liter or dm cube. Okay, if it is normal temperature pressure condition. If the STP condition is there, then it will be 22.4 liter or dm cube. If the normal temperature pressure condition is there, then it will be equivalent to 25.4 liter or dm cube. That depends upon the unit which we are using. Okay, so that is how these things are related. So finally we conclude that 1 mole of a chemical substance will be equivalent to its atomic weight or molecular weight, or equivalent to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms if it is an atom, or molecule, okay, and is equivalent to 22.4 liter oblique dm cube under STP condition, or 24 liter oblique dm cube under NTP conditions. So it means all these quantities, that is 4 quantities, mole, mass, number of atom, molecule or volume, are related with each other like this. So basically when the question used to come, they can relate anything, not necessary every time the mole is required to be asked. Maybe they can give you some amount of the substance and they will be asking you the number of atom, so you can relate these two, okay. Or maybe they will be giving you some number of atoms and they will be asking that what is the volume of that under STP or NTP, then you can relate this, okay. So not necessary every time you can use mole. So basically as kind of a unitary method is going to be used while calculating these questions. Now if you have to calculate the number of moles of any substance when its mass is given, then there is a formula, okay. So if you have to calculate the number of moles of any chemical substance, now the number of moles in that case is represented by small n, then the formula is going to be there, which is equivalent to N equal to W by M. We can use any other variable also, but I am using W. W means the given mass of substance. Okay, whatever the substance given mass is there, that is going to be W, and M is going to be the molecular mass of substance if it is a molecule, or the atomic mass if it is a atom. Okay, that depends. One more thing, if whatever the mass of 1 mole of substance we are calculating, it can also be known as molar mass. Okay, the mass of 1 mole of any substance will be equivalent to its molar mass. So that is the formula we are going to use. Now I am going to give you some examples that how we are going to use and what type of the questions are coming. Okay, so let's start. So let's start the numericals, which basically the types of the questions which you are usually getting. So first we start from the basic things, then we move on. Like suppose if the questions will be of type like calculate the number of moles in suppose 36 gram of carbon 12. Okay, this is a simple question. So they have given you 36 gram, okay, of carbon 12. Now you know how to calculate the number of moles by using a formula. The formula is number of moles is equivalent to given mass upon molecular mass. Now given mass is 36 and we know that carbon 12 is having the molar mass of 12, so the number of moles which are coming here are 3 moles. Okay, so like that you can calculate. That's a very simple thing. Then suppose you have to calculate the number of moles in 144 gram of H2O. Okay, then in such case again you have to use the formula number of moles is equivalent to given mass upon molar mass. Now given mass here is 144 gram and the molecular mass of water is 8. So the answer will be coming very simply like 8 moles. Okay, these are very simple method. Now some question which is of similar type, but they are asking some other thing to calculate. Calculate the mass of 5 moles of sodium atom. 5 moles of sodium are given and you have to calculate its mass. So the formula is number of moles is equivalent to given mass upon molecular mass. Then you have to calculate the mass, it means given mass they are asking, so given mass will be equivalent to number of moles into molar mass. Number of moles, how many? 5 they are asking. Molar mass, that is atomic mass in case of atom, that is 23. So it is coming 115 gram. So like that you can calculate. So that is how these things are going to be related with each other. Okay. Now one more example we are going to see. Suppose they ask calculate the number of molecules in 5 moles of H2O. A very simple question. Now this time they are asking about the number of molecules. So we have to use a unitary method which we have the relationship which we have established before. Like 1 mole of H2O will be equivalent to how many molecules? 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23. So 5 moles will be equivalent to what? It is going to be the multiple of 5, that is 3.011 into 10 raised to power 24. So this much molecules are going to be there. Okay, that is how you can calculate. Then one more of this type question, calculate the mass of 12.044 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of, suppose we take example of carbon dioxide. Okay, so they are asking calculate the mass of 12.0044 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of CO2. So this time molecules are given and they are asking the mass. So now the relationship is between the mass and molecules. Now we know that in 1 mole of substance, if we are talking about carbon dioxide, then 1 mole of CO2 will be having the mass equivalent to its molar mass, that is 44 gram, and 1 mole is also equivalent to the Avogadro number. So how much molecules are going to be there? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So we will be using directly that relationship. So in 12.044 into 10 raised to 23, what is the mass of the substance going to be? So that is going to be 44 divided by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, basically the unitary method, and 12.044 into 10 raised to 23 is going to be the multiple of that. When you cancel it, it will be coming 88 gram. So like that you can calculate the mass. So that is how you can relate the mass, mole and the number of molecules or atoms, and you can find the questions. These are simplest example I have given. Later we are going to do the stoichiometry. For that you need to understand that what is the stoichiometry. Okay, that is how the chemical reactions are going to be there and how we are using the chemical reaction to find that the amount of the product, their number of moles, their volume also we can calculate. So all these things we are going to do in our next video. In next video I am going to tell you about the stoichiometry relationships and about that how we are going to use all this phenomena of the mole concept to find the number of moles, volume and the amount of the substance that is going to be used or that is going to be obtained during the chemical processes. Okay, so that we are going to discuss in the next video in the stoichiometry. So for that I am going to make a separate video. So that is all for today. Okay, so goodbye. Like my channel, subscribe it and please share it to maximum. So see you in the next video.